Anyway, you both took things normally, so I guess I'll actually have to grade your tests. I'll get back to you on your grades, but I assume they'll be fine. That test was brutal. I wouldn't exactly get your hopes up for a good grade just yet. Max grins at me and I can't help but smile back. I don't care if my GPA dips a little. I'm just glad we worked together to overcome this. That, I admit, I would care more about that too. I'm so happy we did it, and we didn't give in to temptation. Just a little though, huh? Huh, don't push your luck, mister. I think that's the lot of you here. We'll deal with any other stragglers later. I slumped down to my desk, mostly just glad that the tension is over, when Professor Tasque's cell phone suddenly breaks the silence. Yes? Well, yes, I put them in a... Yes, a prisoner's dilemma. Well, I'm a sociology professor. Of course it's relevant. Well, how was I supposed to know his father was a donor? What's going on? Professor Tasque is frowning something fierce. Something's clearly reading him the riot act. What? No, I've got tenure. The grades are staying. I didn't get where I am grading papers, and I'm not about to start. Fine, yes, I can make it up to the students somehow. How about... But that's my... I was going to... Oh, fine. Professor Tasque looks fit to be tied as he puts his cell phone away. So apparently Marvin is a little crybaby and went whining to the dean. 30 minutes later, Max and I are standing in front of the stunned members of the Latin House. Seriously? Yeah, apparently the dean tore into him something fierce. So to make up for putting us all through that, we'll all get to use Professor Tasque's beach house this spring break. We have to put away our own way. We have to pay our own way, and it's only the space we're getting, no amenities. But it's on a private beach, so we'll have the place to ourselves. Oh man, this is going to be so sweet. I'm gonna get packing. I hope I have a good swimsuit. Can I bring Vegemite? I don't think so, sorry. It's okay, I'll get my friend Jovi to watch him. Woo, spring break! Okay, so it's perfectly fine if, it's perfectly fine if they're not allowed to have dogs at the beach house, but it is okay to, you know what, Sally, you know what, I'm disappointed. I watch everyone gather excitedly and go off to start packing. Hopefully this will help us forget the ugliness of what just happened and we all can have a great time. Spring break. Spring break. Nice. Sweet. Alright, let's do this. Spring break. Everyone's packing their stuff. Nobody can stop talking about our trip to the beach house. I'm a little worried that we still have to pay our own way, but I think I've got enough squirreled away. Thankfully, Max's van is big enough to carry all of us down there, so we all have to chip in for gas. It's cheaper than a taxi, though. You almost ready? Almost, just a couple more things. Hey, what do you think of this swimsuit? That's what you always wear, Isabella. Oh, you mean she's actually holding something. Oh, okay. Isabella holds up a skimpy two-piece against her shirt. Oh, Isabella, that looks really good on you. I'll bet you'll turn every head on the beach. You know it, girl. If I don't get at least one guy to walk into a pool out there, this thing is a failure. Anyway, hurry up. We're all itching to get going. Yay! Seriously? You ripped that one on purpose. God, those last 3 miles were hell. We are full of it. Quit trying to blame it on me. Come on, guys. We're here. It doesn't matter anymore. Our lungs will probably grow back. It's fine. Ha! It was a long 15-hour trip, but we finally made it. The beach house sits before us, and the ocean sits just on the other side of it. It's pretty late. What do we want to do? Let's get settled into the house first. I want to see what the room situation is like. So, are we really the only ones here all week? Yeah, unfortunately Roxanne and the others had to bow out. They couldn't afford their own transportation. I'd feel bad, but this place doesn't really look big enough for all of us anyway. Max is right. The house looks pretty cozy. Wait, Max said that? I thought Anne said that. Max is right. The house looks pretty cozy. It's pretty cozy. Once you got the door open and the place scouted, it looks like there's only 3 bedrooms. Each has a king-size bed in it, but still. Well, I suppose we could split it off into pairs. Maybe someone can use the couch out here. Actually, let's use 2 of the rooms for 3 people. We can go girls and boys. What? Why wouldn't we use all the rooms? Max and Isabella seem to share a quick glance. I'm not sure why she wouldn't want to use all the rooms either, but those two seem to have a plan. Because, numbnuts, we've already got a perfectly good split here. Why mess up all of the rooms? Because it's ours for the week? That means we have to be rude? No, it's much better if we leave one of the rooms empty, where we know that none of the others will be in it. Yeah, I know where this is going. Where everyone knows that we shouldn't go into that room, especially without knocking. Dominic looks between Max and Isabella as some kind of realization dawns on his face. I'm just saying, it's a long week. Lots of folks about. Come on. Catch the hint already. Yeah, I get it. You two are gross, but whatever, fine. Isabella and Max high-five as everyone else starts putting their stuff into one of the rooms. Everyone splits up across male or female, settling their stuff down and making their sleeping arrangements. Ooh, I get to see what's going on in the ladies' side, because last time I was in the boys' side. Okay, ladies, let's sit up. How are we for the bed situation? What do you gals think? Hey, I'm okay with a little snuggling. What do you say, Anne? I like ya, Isabella, but I don't want to lead you on, because nothing's gonna happen. Love you, but no. I don't know if that's, I can't believe I'm in here 3 minutes and Isabella's already making me blush. Yes, you'll hump anything that moves, but if anyone's going to be groping me, I'd like for them to have the pecker. Have the pecker to back it up. Thanks. What? That's incredibly insulting. You think I can't get a strap-on in short notice? Don't underestimate me. You're so gross, Isabella. How do you expect me to be when I've got you two beautiful specimens rooming with me? Tell me you at least brought some nice revealing swimsuits. Laughing, we each take our bathing suits out of our luggage. Isabella inspects them while nodding her approval. Anyways, let's take turns with the bed. I brought a sleeping bag just in case, so I can take the first floor shift. That's awfully generous of you. Yeah, well, I'm told I'm a bed hog, so I guess I was just expecting to get kicked out at some point. We all have a good laugh over that. Alright, let me go get some more blankets from the linen closet, and we'll see if we can set up a third space here. As Sally leaves, Isabella turns towards me with a wicked grin on her face. Well, I'm a free lady now, Anne. If you're going to make your move, now's your chance. Isabella, you know I'm with Dominic. You know I'm in Dominic. You always tease me. I figured you'd be putting the moves on me. I mean, you're going to be with two beautiful specimens all week. I was just joking, and you know it. Don't be a downer. Sorry, Isabella. Sorry. I grin at Isabella to let her know that all is forgiven. I wasn't even really mad in the first place. She smiles in return, and we clasp hands at the thought of the weeks ahead. This is gonna be fun. Okay, I think this'll do us. Come on, girls. What say we turn in? Tomorrow's probably gonna be just as long, if for different reasons. Speaking of just as long. Oh my God, Isabella. It's probably another few hours before we drift off to sleep. Yay, everybody's at the beach. Isabella does have a really nice swimsuit. Come on, everyone. That beach isn't gonna lie all over itself. First one there gets to rub the suntan lotion on my back. Everyone's up and dressed for some fun in the beach. Sally cooked us up some great vegan pancakes for breakfast. I have to admit, I'm looking forward to spending the day on the beach. Our first day here, we basically just went to the nearby town and picked up supplies. We find a nice little outlet mall. Sally and Dominic wanted to look through it a bit, so we ended up spending our day in town, enjoying the local flavor. Today is promising to be some fun on the beach. The sky is clear, the water is warm. I can't wait. It is really beautiful out here. It makes the stress of this last quarter just melt away. We've got our own private beach, which means I don't feel nearly as self-conscious about walking around in my swimsuit. Everyone else is just as undressed as I am. Sometimes it still feels like I'm in some kind of model's dorm, but I don't feel as much like an outsider anymore. Rakesh and Sally are looking out over the water. Looks like they're thinking about going in first. I love Sally's swimsuit as well. No, Rakesh, you're not going to be able to snorkel in here. It's too shallow. I suppose, looking at it, you may be right. Still, I would like to explore and see. Max and Dominic are setting up a net of some kind, a little ways off. Meanwhile, I'm putting on some sunscreen under a nice beach umbrella Isabella had. I've got a few good books out here, and I'm looking forward to relaxing and reading for a while. Oh, there's my boys. Max and Dominic, my boys. No, it has to go on the third rung, you dummy. Otherwise, it's gonna be too low. It's a net, not a limbo stick. Shut up, Jack A. Jack A. If you don't get it straight, we won't be doing anything with it. Ooh, Rakesh, shake that pretty hiney, boy. Behave, Isabella. Come on, Rakesh, let's see how deep it gets out there. Watch out for the undertow, you two. It's nice to have the whole house out here, getting along and enjoying the beach. It almost feels like we've got our own nice little family. A few hours later, everyone's gathered around the deck table with another great lunch properly finished off. Thanks for the meal, Rakesh. That was great. And Dominic, you are quite a dish yourself. And so is Max. Yeah, man, good job. Though I'm eyeing that grill. I think we may have to fire that up tonight. We brought charcoal, right? Yeah, and some hamburger and veggie patties. Oh, that sounds delicious too. I'm gonna end up stuffing myself silly this week. Well then, we're just going to have to exercise that much harder. True, we should go do something now. Hey, let's put that volleyball net to good use. What do you folks say? I'm game. Let's do it. I'll lead one team. Don't you get enough trying to herd cats being our RA? I'm going to stop until I whip you in. I'm not going to stop until we whip you into shape. The rest of us decide it's not worth it to argue with him and let him lead one of the teams. Sally volunteers to lead the other one. The two confer for a few moments before turning to us with their team selections. Okay, we discuss what seemed fair, and for the teams, it's me, Rakesh, and Anne for Team 1. For Team 2, it's Sally, Isabella, and any stray hobos they can pick up. Sally elbows Dominic in the ribs. Come on, Max! Isabella, let's clobber these suckers! I laugh as Isabella and Max make their way to Sally. Meanwhile, Dominic calls Rakesh and I over to our side of the net for a strategy meeting. Okay, Anne, you're gonna be our trap card. Our trap card, this is totally Yu-Gi-Oh! They're gonna think you're our weakest link. Sorry, I'm not really very physical. I hope I'll do okay. No, that's good. Look like you don't think you can handle it. That way they'll keep the ball coming at you. Meanwhile, Rakesh and I will know exactly where the ball is going. And we can compensate. Brilliant, General. When the ball does come to you, try to set it. That way we can complete for points. If you think you've got a shot though, take it. I've got confidence in you. Dominic looks pleased with himself as Rakesh and he clasp hands. Victory is already smoldering in their eyes, while I can only chuckle and hope I don't drag them down too much. You chumps ready for the fire? Don't get too cocky, Missy. We've got brown and brown. I thought it said brown. I was like, what? We've got brawn and brains to spare. Pfft, you mean you've gone spare? We have spare tires in our brains. Everyone looks at Rakesh for a moment, but decides to let it pass. What say we make this interesting, folks? Oh, what are you thinking? What say the winning team gets out of cleaning duties for the rest of the trip? Oh yes, I will enjoy all my extra free time. Ha, you wish. Dominic fishes a quarter out of a pocket and flips it. He points to me and says to call it. Luckily, Tails wasn't fail me, and it's our turn first. Dominic tosses me the ball. Looks like it's my serve. Serve it to Isabella, serve it to Sally, serve it to Max. Max is probably... I'll serve it to Sally. Maybe I'll underestimate Sally, but I'm just gonna do it just to see what happens. I may not be the most powerful, the physical woman here, but I'm no slouch. I wind up and swat the ball straight at Sally. Luckily, she's not expecting it at all and flails at her bump. The ball goes flying past Max on its way out of bounds. Nice. Alright, your point. I'll grab the ball. I haven't seen, like Max from the behind. We rotate positions with Dominic serving this time. He tosses the ball and does a jump serve right to Isabella. Isabella laughs as she easily returns the ball back over the net. We get a couple of good volleys in. Rakesh almost spikes one home, but a last-minute dive by Sally saves it. Rakesh sends a wide bump over towards Max. He catches it easily, but his teammates are nowhere near, so he sends it back over the net, right at me. Maybe I can score. Try to spike it over the net. Try to set it for one of your teammates. Try to bump it over the net behind the other team. Set it up for one of my teammates. I think about spiking it, but I know one of the boys could do it better. Instead, I get under the ball and set it over to Dominic. He takes a high-flying leap at it and sends the ball hurtling right past Sally and Isabella. Max tries to dive for it, but he's too late. Nice work, Anne. Oh yeah, thanks, boo. After another half an hour, we're feeling hot and sweaty. Oh yeah, but it's been great exercise. Sal's team has scored 12 to Dominic's 14. We're getting really close to the match point, and it's my serve again. I have a chance to maybe end the game right here since we're only playing to 15. Now, where to serve this time? Serve it to Sally, serve it to Max. I feel like they're going to expect it to go to Sally. I'll serve it to... They're going to expect it going to Sally. Max or Isabella? I'll serve it to Max. I size up the other team as I toss the ball into the air. With a loud thwack, I send the ball straight at Max. Unfortunately, it's a little too straight at Max, as in straight at his face. He tries to get his hands up in time, but the ball just ends up bouncing off his wrists and hitting the ground. Oh, I'm so sorry, are you okay? I'm fine, I'm fine. Don't apologize to that Jack, eh? We just scored match point. Everyone laughed and cheered as the final point was scored. Yeah, team. Rakesh and Dominic rush over to give out high fives. I grab their hands and we jump a little for having won our game. Well, looks like I'll be cooking with extra dishes tonight. I will have much more free time now that you losers are doing the cleaning. Nice work, everyone. It was a good game. The final tally was Dominic's 15 to Sally's 12. I wandered over to the water and took a few moments to stretch. That was a lot of fun, and I really can't wait to see what the rest of the week will hold. That was fun. The last 2 days have been incredible. I've been hanging out with my friends on and off the beach. This has probably been the best vacation of my life. Quiet time to read, the gentle lapping waves, laughter of friends. I can hardly believe it. It's all the more disappointing that tomorrow we have to pack up and head back to the dorm. Still, I've got one more day to spend here, and I'm going to make sure it's the best capper yet. I think everyone's had the same thought, actually. After Dominic made everyone breakfast, we all split up to sort of do our own thing. I've gotten a good breakfast and a good shower in. Now I just need to figure out what to do with my day. Sure. Let's get with Dominic. I walk out onto the deck and take a brief moment to watch over the waves. It's beautiful here. I can see why Professor Tasque bought it, and why he wanted to keep it to himself. Where did everyone go today? I think Rakesh went to the garage. He's probably painting something in there he shouldn't be. Yeah, I know, because we did that with Max. Isabella probably went to go fall asleep on the beach. Dominic went for a jog along the beach. He said he'd been too lax this week, and I'm pretty sure Max took the van into town to get it gassed up for the return trip. I know that the last quarter of the year is coming up. I probably won't have another chance to get some good alone time with someone. If I don't make something happen now, nobody's going to have time to try to make it happen later. How obvious was that? So basically, you better get with your romance now. Try to catch up to Dominic. Well, I guess I've been pretty redolent this vacation anyway. Redolent, that's a new word for me. A run would do me some good. I head out and start towards the beach trail path. After a few moments, I get to the public area. I head over to a bench, using it to stretch while I look to see if I can spot Dominic. As I stretch out on the beach, they already put achievement unlocked. I haven't actually gotten... That's too soon. Come on, man. Spoilers. As I stretch out on the beach, I feel a tap on my shoulder. Nice to see you out for a bit of exercise, Anne. Hi, yeah. I saw you go running and I thought it looked like fun. Well, I'd love if you came for a run with me. Definitely. Sheesh, we barely started running and my heart is already beating fast. First from surprise, then just my nerves acting up. The beach is beautiful, though as we run down the boardwalk, there aren't many people running around. Luckily, so it feels like we're running on our own. I keep thinking back to our first date and how nervous we both were. It makes me smile as I watch Dominic. I can see it makes him smile too. It's not a very good run, if I'm honest. Because the two of us keep slowing down to watch each other like moon-eyed lovers. I giggle at the thought. Dominic looks at me questioningly, but I wave a dismissive hand. So, how's your year been so far, Anne? So much fun. I've never known such an eclectic bunch of people. And I made friends I never thought I'd meet. And I've never been happier, especially knowing how much I worked to come out here. I mean, I've even got a boyfriend. Oh, you mean me? Oh. Dominic is cute when he gets flustered. I try not to laugh. So, you really consider me your boyfriend? Well, I mean, I guess we've only been out a few times so far, but I guess I was hoping. I would be honored. At this point, we're barely running. I take Dominic's hand and we start heading back to the house. Oh, for a while we walk like that, hand in hand, quietly just appreciating each other's company. As the house comes into view, Dominic looks down at me. I guess I've been pretty obvious so far, huh? Yup. Think I have too, though. What do you mean? I'm just saying, I've had my eye on you for a while now. Wait, I mean, I've liked you. Oh, so you've been watching out for me, eh? No, I mean, yes, well, then thank you, Dominic. He's so much fun to tease. I squeeze his hands as I continue. I was so nervous when I first came here, but you were so nice to me and so handsome. And you're the kind of Prince Charming a girl dreams of finding, Dominic. I guess I'm saying I like you too. Dominic blushes deeply, and we both stop walking as he takes my other hand. Thank you, Anne. I'm really happy to be your boyfriend. I smile and extricate a hand to reach it up and cup Dominic's face. Our eyes close and our lips meet. It's soft and tender and warm, and the warmth spreads from my lips. Kissing Dominic just feels good. Dominic's arms snake around me as we kiss, my arms pinned to my side. I let Dominic's warmth flow over me, melting into his arms. Oops. Finally, our lips part. I rest my head on Dominic's chest, just trying to catch my breath. I think I see why Max and Isabella want to make sure there was an empty room. What do you mean? Come on, Dominic, you are my boyfriend, right? I'm feeling a little giddy, but I know what I want, and this feels right. I'm not holding you back, girl. I take Dominic's hand again, and we run towards the house. Luckily, it's empty right now. I pull Dominic into the empty room and lock the door. Luckily, by now, Dominic has caught on, a wicked grin on his face. Still, a moment of hesitation crosses his face. Are you sure, Anne? I want to, but I don't want to Oh. Oh. Dominic changes outfit from his yellow clothes to that jacket for whatever reason, but sure. Before he can get another word out, I'm kissing him full on the lips, my fingers pulling at the zipper to his jacket, which he wasn't wearing at the time, I don't think. Right? No, he was not, but whatever. All of his doubts are gone as I pull the jacket off of him, running my hands over his shirt and torso. He's got a bit of a glow from his workout, but right now, I'm just loving the feel of him. I get my hands under his shirt as we continue to kiss. My anticipation makes me tremble, just a bit as I run my hands over his chest. Dominic's arms go behind me, pulling me in close as he passionately kisses me. I can feel his excitement as his hands reach for my own shirt, pulling it up over my head. I hear his sharp, appreciative intake of breath as my shirt comes off. 30 minutes later, we're laying next to each other, my head resting on Dominic's chest, his arms around me. That was fantastic, Dominic. It really was. Part of me wonders if I'm moving too fast, but Dominic's gentle smile just makes me feel safe. I can't wait for the next quarter. This is going to be a great year. I chuckle a little and nuzzle down into his chest a bit more. Hopefully others will give us a while longer together. The stat requirements of the final romance endings have changed. Remember to review them so you don't miss the final ending. Ooh, stat requirements 300 and 200. Okay. 300 and 200. So I have to, pick up the pace here. Okay. Right. So we need a bunch more rational. Like a bunch more rational. Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's do library clerk. We'll do rational, organizational, rational, organizational. Yeah. Our energy is 100% though. That's cool. I wonder why we didn't get 100% for winter break. Well, now we have the 100%. Okay. So forget this noise. We're not gonna... Here, I'm going to study, study, study. We have 100%, so I'm just gonna fill my schedule up with everything under the sun. Make sure that I've put a little bit more focus on our... yeah, put a little bit more focus on our rational here. So this is +5, that's +5, that's +5, +6, +6, +5. Yeah, we'll see if that works out. Cool. All right, let's start it. I can't believe I've never had learned that before. All right, you've got Anne strapped to the rocket device, knowing the weight. How much fuel are we going to need to get her up to the roof of the science building? Thank you for all your hard work today, Anne. I really think the class grasped the fluid dynamics so much better. Why precisely is it that this job entails you torturing me nonstop? What? No, it involves learning. We're helping people learn. You love helping people learn. Not by being a guinea pig, or worse, a crash test dummy. Geez, I'm sorry, Anne. It's just... Well, the professor's got it in her head that with all those shows out there trying to do real science and stunts and all that, the students just seem to get it better when they can see it in action. You know, really get a notion for how their calculations affect things in the real world. She sets these up, and I guess I just have confidence in you. I know you can help me get through this mess. All right, well, how about if I demand compensation? Fine. You know I love helping you, but this goes above and beyond. You're gonna owe me, jerk. I guess that's fair. What kind of payback are we talking here? First off, you're taking me to the bookstore for a book run, and not the used bookstore. Fine. Second, you're going to help me with an experiment about pressure. Okay. Come over here and let's see how much pressure makes for the optimal kiss. If you do well with this assignment, I've got a math problem involving a piston I think you can tackle. Whoa, Anne! I kind of like this side of her. I watch Dominic's face morph from worry to delighted as he comes in close, pulling me to him and planting a firm kiss on me. Time for our first experiment. Not a bad day's work. Somebody complimented my efforts. Nice. That happened. Awesome. My energy is dwindling, but that's okay. I know this bed is just a cheap single, but after a long day, it feels fantastic. The last quarter has barely begun, and I'm already feeling blown out. I even made it home before everyone else. I pull my cell phone out to put it on the charger and notice a text from Dominic. We haven't had a chance to hang out much the last few days. It might be nice to go out tonight. Maybe I'll give Dominic a call. Yes, please. Play the event. I smile and call up the speed dial contact for Dominic. Hopefully we can at least catch a bite to eat together. Oh, Anne, glad you called. Could I ask a big favor? I guess. I was hoping we could go do something tonight. I'd love to, but I've got a bunch of homework I have to get graded tonight. Come give me a hand? Well, okay. A few hours later, we got a pile of graded papers next to us and a pizza being delivered. Not exactly the ideal date, but it's still good company. Dominic grins sheepishly. I owe you one, Anne. Still, you made the chore very enjoyable. How much of this kind of stuff do you have to do? I mean, don't you have your own studies? That's why I'm so behind. I had a paper due and it took me too long to get it finished. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, I've already had to back off with my guild. Just not enough time. But I've got my work cut out for me if I want my master's. Sometimes I can't believe you're trying to actually get a master's in physics. I almost thought you'd want to be a drill sergeant. Hey. I'm kidding. I'm just saying you've got great organizational skills and you can be firm. Yeah, that's all of the online stuff. I kind of grew into a leadership skill set, leading those guys. You must be a great leader then. Well, we're one of the top guilds. For our server, at any rate. A knock on the door gets Dominic up out of his seat. This is definitely not a great date. Let me make it up to you another night. Definitely, I can't wait for next time. Well, let's go reward. My studies are important. Definitely, I can't wait for next time. Dominic smiles at me and we chuckle. Aww. Alright. My energy is dwindling fast. It's okay.